Good morning. It is an overcast Saturday. I'm about to leave to take my father-in-law to his store because Eric borrowed my father-in-law's van to do a clean out that didn't require my assistance. It's really all like heavy furniture and stuff. So he's paying somebody to help him today. And after I drop my father-in-law off, I thought I would check out a tag sale that somebody recommended to me last week when I couldn't go, but apparently this weekend is part 2 and prices are marked down. So I'm looking forward to checking that out. I haven't been to a tag sale in just about forever. So whether I find something or not, it will be fun just to get like back in the groove. So let's go. Okay, I just got here. Let's see what they have. Just so you know, this church is in Higganum, Connecticut, just about half an hour away from me, and it looks promising already. Wow, look at my hair. This place is like Brimfield Part 2 in that it was awesome and very soggy. I basically bought the place. I spent just under $300. I can't believe how much awesome stuff I got. And I'm really looking forward to showing it to you as soon as I drive off. First things first. I've been so excited to show you what I found at this amazing tag sale. Oh my gosh. First of all, let me just tell you, it was the best tag sale I have ever been to. It was phenomenal. And I have to thank my friend Deb, who's also a viewer. You might remember that I went thrifting with her in Berlin a few weeks ago. Debbie texted me the weekend before to say, oh my gosh, there's this great tag sale. You would love it. You have to come here. And I couldn't because I was up in Rhode Island. But she said, no worries, because the next weekend, the tag sale would still be going on, but everything would be half off. So I marked my calendar. I was so excited to go. I figured, probably it will be super picked over, but maybe there'll be like 1 or 2 interesting things. So I'll definitely check it out. So I went and I couldn't believe my eyes. It was wall to wall packed with amazing, amazing things. Now I have to apologize because I don't have really any footage to show you. I took a tiny bit of footage on the outside. Most of the stuff was actually inside this church. It was a very pretty church. But because of the way the tables were laid out, and it was super organized, by the way, but because of the way that the tables were laid out into aisles, there were a lot of people, there were a lot of volunteers coming back and forth. It just wasn't conducive for me to take any video. I couldn't do it. It would have been rude. And I think especially being in a church, I felt aware of wanting to be as respectful as possible and to not put other people out or interfere with their own shopping experience. My instinct was this isn't the right place. So I didn't. And I would have loved to. I hope you'll forgive me. It wasn't possible. I don't think I was there for even 10 seconds before I started to pick things up that I planned to purchase. I couldn't even believe it. And there were no baskets or boxes or anything that you could take around with you, which is good because you would have just knocked stuff over if you had been holding, those kinds of containers. But the volunteers were really quick and they were like, let me take that for you. I'll hold it for you up front. And so, it didn't take long at all for them to figure, oh, this girl's gonna buy the whole place. Uh-oh, she's buying it all. And honestly, no matter how much I bought, there was still a ton left over. So the way they had it set up was there was this big table in the front and you could put your intended purchases on the table. But what happened was, because I was buying so much, I was starting to take over the table. So at one point I went to one of the cashiers and I just said, do you want to start ringing me up and boxing some of my stuff away? Because other shoppers aren't going to be able to put their stuff down and I don't want to, cause a problem. And maybe we could I'm going to still shop. I'm going to buy a lot of stuff today. I think it might make sense let's clear my stuff out of here so other people can do what they need to do. So they ended up ringing me up in 5 different sessions just so that I wasn't all over the place. And I have to say, Their system of holding things up front was great in that people didn't have to carry things around, so things didn't get broken, which is really good. But it also is a little confusing after a while because, you know, if you're someone who's buying a lot of things, you can start to like almost lose track of like, where is my pile? And my pile was kind of sprawling. So, you know, I could see how, you know, maybe some mistakes could be made in terms of somebody picking up something that they weren't meant to, or somebody leaving something behind. So that was a little tricky to navigate. But of course, if you're not a nut like me and you're just buying a regular amount of stuff, that wouldn't be an issue. So I went all along the main room in the church. And, you know, like I said, there were tables and tables of porcelain and glassware, all the things I love most. So I made like 3 rounds to ensure that I didn't miss anything. I couldn't believe how much porcelain I was finding from Limoges, France. So much, so many beautiful things in lovely condition. Holy moly. I can't tell you how good it was. And the prices were beyond. I mean, even full price, their prices were extremely fair. Half price was unbelievable. And it was so much fun to be able to shop and have the ability to justify purchasing absolutely anything in the place. Because you know, if you watch this channel, a lot of times I go to places like Savers is notorious for this. I find stuff I really like, but the price is just too high. So then it doesn't make sense to pick it up, and I end up leaving things behind that I don't want to leave behind. In this case, everything was up for grabs. Everything was fantastic. And that was really like especially fun. But anyway, the whole first room was mostly like the first room and the front part of the first room was mostly like china and glassware and all that kind of stuff. Then there was a section with like purses and some clothing. That was kind of a smaller section. There were some tablecloths and other textiles. Then there was actually, towards the back of that main room, there was a lot of really nice furniture. Nothing that I needed or could use. Stop tap dancing, Licorice. Nothing that I needed or could use, but lots of really pretty things. Some gorgeous lamps. I actually picked up some lamps, which I'll show you. And then you went into another back room and there were books and records. You went into another room and there was all kinds of artwork. Then outside, as I said, there were tents and tents full of things, everything 50% off. And of course, one of my favorites was they had a big tent with baked goods, and you could pick up some things just by making a donation, which I made a generous donation because I was having such a good day and I was so appreciative that the church would host such a, not complicated, but certainly to pull off a tag sale on that scale takes a lot of thought, a lot of organization, a lot of donations, a lot of volunteers. That is not an easy task. And I thought, you know, obviously they want to raise money for the church, and I'm sure they did. I know I certainly spent a lot of money that day, and I imagine lots of people did, but they also, you know, by doing that, they give the community such a fun experience, such a fun day. People were having a ball there. There were lots of like groups of people and friends and couples and even some little kids, and you know, that's just a lovely experience for people to have. And the church made that possible by hosting this wonderful tag sale event the way they did. So anyway, I ended up with a whole collection of things. Honestly, I didn't even stop to really think about what am I keeping, what am I reselling. Some of the things I knew for sure I wanted for my house. Some of the things I figured, these are awesome pieces, I'll figure it out later. I'm gonna show you everything, but I'll tell you, you know, you might have heard the term junk drunk. That was definitely me. I was drunk on the floor with junk because it was awesome. Okay, so now for the best part. I'm gonna show you everything I bought. Make yourself comfortable. There's a lot to see here. I'm gonna start out by showing you this set of 4 season prints. $45 was the original price, and of course it was half off of that. And look at the beautiful matting. It's really well done, and the frame is so pretty. And the prints themselves have such great detail. I mean, they definitely capture the seasons they're trying to depict. Here's spring, and I love all of the flowers, and this young woman is making an arrangement. It's just so sweet. And then there's just 2 more, but here is summer. It's just adorable. Oh, sorry, autumn. That's autumn. I just love the details and the bricks and the bird cage. And then last one, this is summer. These adorable little ones playing in the water. I absolutely love it. So I have several thoughts for where these are going to go, and I'll show you later. Here is my massive stack of china, starting with this Limoges covered dish. It's marked Limoges on the tag, but it doesn't explicitly state Limoges on the back. However, I know there are lots of different maker marks for pieces made in Limoges, France, so I'll look that up. It probably is Limoges. You probably saw that hairline fracture on the cover lid. And I'm okay with that because I'm going to keep this one for myself, and that doesn't bother me at all. I love the edge and all of the gilding. It's a really, really pretty piece. I bought this sugar and creamer set, so it says $4, and I paid $2. And you can see how cute this is. This was made by, let me turn this around so you can see it. This is Independence Ironstone, and it was made in Japan. It has a lot of crazing, although, you know, I've said this a lot of times, sorry to repeat myself. A lot of people don't mind crazing. I am actually one of those people that doesn't mind crazing. So I'm hoping that somebody will really enjoy this cute little sugar and creamer set. Here we just have a little Limoges piece. You can see it says $4, which means it was $2. Just a really pretty bowl that you could use for just about anything. Here we have a collection of 3 hinged trinket boxes. You can see the prices were so low on these, I couldn't pass them by. $3 each, which meant they were $1.50 when I picked them up. And I just love these little hinged boxes. I think they're adorable, and I thought that the flower patterns on each of these 3 pieces was super sweet. So I think I'll probably put those on eBay as a lot. That is what I'm thinking. Because I think, even though they're not all the same, and I don't think they even have the same maker or anything, I do think they make a nice little collection. Okay, over here we have a pretty shell-shaped dish. $5, so it was $2.50. Do you see that tiny flea bite crack? That's okay, because I'm keeping it. This is another Limoges, France piece, and I love the flowers on this, and I think it's so sweet. Here we have a little heart-shaped dish for $3, so it was $1.50. It's got a great pattern, very soft floral, and this is a Mikasa piece, and doesn't appear to be very old at all, but a nice little dish to sort of set your jewelry down into, or little candies. Here's a Limoges covered sugar, I think is what it is, for $4, so I paid $2. There's the Limoges maker mark, and I love the pattern on this little piece. I didn't have the sugar to match it, the creamer to match it, but that's okay. Here we have a little teacup, $3, so $1.50, and you guessed it, made in France. So this is another little Limoges piece with really pretty cream backing and some gold embossing. Love it. Okay, next I'm going to show you this little teacup that says $2, which means it was $1.50. It was made in Germany, and it's adorable, but to be honest, I didn't intend to purchase this. I think it ended up in my pile by mistake. Here's some really pretty platters. I love the green and yellow on these. The shape is beautiful. I love absolutely everything about them. This one was 10, so I picked it up for 5. I can't remember what the price was on this other piece, but this was made in England. It's Mason's china, a little bit of ironstone. It's in really good shape. Oh, this piece was $10 as well. So $10 for the two, and you can see one's a little smaller than the other. And check this one out. This was $10, so 5. This is such a beautiful little Limoges divided plate. I absolutely love this piece. I've never seen one quite like it. And I don't know what was meant to go in the different divided sections. I would imagine that it was something very intentional and specific. But of course, in our modern day, we can use it for just about anything. Here's a really cute shaving mug. I thought this was awesome. $6, so it was 3. And this little piece was made in England. James Kent Old Foley, Staffordshire. Very pretty. I love the flowers on this. And here we have a pretty Lenox ginger jar. $12 marked on this, so I paid 6. It's in perfect condition. No dings, dents, cracks, or chips on this guy. It's got the nice Lenox marker on the bottom and lots of great details. So I think this piece will make someone happy. Here's a cute little cup. And it's got the purple detail, and this is a little Shelly piece. I love Shelly teacups. This was 5, so $2.50. I have it with this little cracked saucer, but they are not a matched set. This is not a Shelly saucer, but the colors are definitely in a similar frame. I just really wanted the little Shelly cup, so happy to pick that one up. Isn't that lovely? Check out this beautiful cake plate with handles, $4. Oh, and I forgot to tell you that was $5, so $2.50 for the little Shelly cup. And this plate is marked $4, which means it was 2. I love the roses all around the rim. This is really super pretty. Isn't that nice? Look at all of that detail. It's like swags of roses and leaves. This one doesn't have a mark on it, which I was okay with because I just really loved it. And I think it looks really nice with a lot of the Limoges I've collected, even though it isn't Limoges. And here's a really pretty ruby red souvenir cup marked 1901. And I picked this up because it looks so much like my Savin Rock souvenir ware. I thought it would look really nice with it as part of that collection. It's definitely the same era, same kind of cup, same kind of calligraphy. So I think it will work really well. And similarly, I bought this piece to go with the collection. This was 8, so I paid 4. I thought the colors on this was perfect and would give my little Savin Rock collection some oomph, a little bit of height, a little bit of just a sense of a larger grouping. This is a really pretty bud vase with the little shamrocks. Oh my gosh, this is going to be great for St. Patrick's Day. It says Erin China, made in County Cork, Ireland. So this is, of course, $4, so that was 2. Of course, it would be beautiful any time of year, but especially sweet for St. Patrick's Day decor. And here is, I think this is called a mustache cup. So it's meant to protect a gentleman's mustache when he drinks from it. And this is a little Limoges piece. So I thought this was very special. I was very excited to find this. It's in nice condition, as you can see. This little guy had such a great Art Nouveau look to him. $4, so I paid 2. Hand painted. Yeah, I just thought that was very, very pretty. And this has got kind of a similar vibe, also has sort of an Art Nouveau look about it to me. $10, so I paid 5. But this pretty little basket really called to me. I am not sure if this is a Limoges maker mark or not. It's okay with me either way. I really bought it because I love the shape. I love the handle on it. And I just thought it was the kind of piece that would look lovely absolutely anywhere. I don't know if you're seeing anything more than what I'm seeing. There's Déposé. Not really sure. Here we have a very simple little berry bowl, $3, so it was only $1.50. I thought this was very sweet. Royal Austria. Love the colors on this. It reminds me of a lot of the pieces that we just auctioned off on our estate sale. This plate has lovely flowers and colors. I like the butterfly. It was $8, so I paid $4 for it. And I think it has a lovely, elegant look to it. On the back it says Ainsley, which is a great company, made in England, bone china. The pattern is cottage garden. I can only imagine how gorgeous a set of that would be. Oh my goodness. But I was excited just to have one plate. And then I found this stacking set. So $8, I paid $4. And they're really beautiful. I love the fruit patterns. The gold around the rim is really nice. Staffordshire, made in England. Very well made. I think that would look gorgeous in anybody's kitchen, and also, of course, super functional. I don't know that I'd put it in the dishwasher with that gold rim. I personally probably would not, but you know, this is the kind of mixing bowl set you could reach for again and again. And if you're gonna mix something, why not do it beautifully, right? You can see a little bit of marking on that gold rim, but otherwise in very nice shape. This is a beautiful little bowl, $6, so I paid $3. I think maybe that's a peony in the middle. Not 100% sure. Lots of flowers representing there. And this one was made in France. I love this little bowl. It's small but mighty. And here we have, shifting gears pretty dramatically, for $12, so I paid $6, we have a covered Pyrex dish in that early American pattern that is very collectible. And it's in pretty good shape. So you can see the Pyrex logo on the back, if I can get the light to catch it just right. There's a little bit of marking on this, but not terrible. It's in pretty good shape. And I think someone will be very glad to have it, especially a collector of that particular pattern. And here we have a covered serving bowl. This one was $8, so I paid $4. It's in wonderful condition. It looks very much like a Limoges piece. However, it is not. It was made in Austria. So very close facsimile, but not quite the real deal. However, this will look beautiful with a lot of my other Limoges pieces, and I have no problem mixing and matching. Same goes with this little piece, this like covered jar. It was $25. It was marked half off, and it looks like Limoges. I love that like sort of lacy edging. But this piece was made in Austria. It's a really beautiful piece. And I think it will look great with my collection. I'll just put the lid right back on top so everything stays together. Okay, so these plates were a fantastic find. They are so beautiful, and I have never found Limoges dinner plates out in the wild before. And I especially love Limoges with a little bit of pink flowers on it, and so this is really perfect. I actually met the woman who donated this to the tag sale, and she told me these were her morning dishes. So if you have these beautiful Limoges dishes for your morning serving ware, I wonder what your dinnerware looks like. Must be pretty fancy, but you can see these are nice big stacks of plates, so I'd be able to serve lots of people with these. I'm definitely keeping them. I love them. Over here is a very pretty lamp with a chinoiserie scene on it. I love the blue. It's very detailed. It tells a little story, as chinoiserie tends to do. And yeah, really pretty. Even on the top of the lamp, you can see there's some nice detail. The shade's in good shape. The finial is nice. This guy is gonna look fantastic in my house. Very happy to find that, and I'm gonna try my very best to keep it safe from Destructo cats. Yeah, really pretty. I like the base as well. There's nothing about that lamp I do not like. Here's another little lamp I picked up. It's much smaller, as you can see. It's got kind of that glass base with a little bit of brass tone to it. This is an older guy, I think, but very versatile. Oh, I forgot to tell you, this lamp was $50, so I paid $25 for it. And the other little lamp, I think I paid $2 for, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, I picked up this wall display. I had seen one before at Salvation Army and not picked it up. The one I saw at Salvation Army was smaller, and I kind of regretted it. So when I saw this one, I felt like I had to pull the trigger on it. It was $20, so I got it for $10. And I don't know. I think it has a lot of potential. Okay, this is really not my usual thing, but I found this beautiful hand woven rug. There were two others as well, but the two others were pretty damaged. This one has some fringe loss, as you can see. It was $50. I paid $25 for it. I think it's some kind of prayer rug, like an Ethiopian prayer rug. That's what I saw on eBay, but if you have more information about this piece, please send me a comment. I would love to know more. It is so well done. It's just really, really beautiful. And the others were beautiful as well, but the others were so clearly damaged. They had like big holes in them and looked like they were sort of falling apart, and I didn't think they would really even make it. But this one really, other than the fringe, is in excellent condition, as you can see. I found this beautiful leather suitcase with the monogram in it. It was $40, so I paid $20. And I thought this would be great for some storage. And I thought I would actually pop this in my son's room because he has lots of bits and pieces of things that are really easy for the cats to get into. And I thought if I could gather them all up in a suitcase, the suitcase itself would look really fantastic in his room. But then he could have all kinds of things that he can keep safe from little critters with little paws. So you can see this has lots of divided sections to it. I bet this was very high end in its day, and is certainly still very beautiful now. But I was excited to find this, and I thought this could be, like I said, just a really good storage piece. Look at that, it says long, I think, on the lock. I haven't done any research on it. I love the stitching. I love the color. Honestly, it's all working for me here. So can't wait to put this in Zach's room and see how it works. Okay, you know I love a bunny, and a bunny for $3, which means $1.50 equals a bunny coming home with me. So this one is adorable. It says collection, something before that I can't read. But very, very sweet little piece. So right now I have everything just kind of spread out on the table. I'm kind of grouping things into like, what might I sell? What might I keep? This shell I'm definitely keeping because of the damage on it, and also because it's Limoges, of course. But yeah, I'm trying to just make those final decisions and also think about where things are going to go. There's just so many things. It's hard to kind of keep it all straight. But I have some pretty specific ideas, and I'm eager to try them out. I just, as I've said before, can't get over this massive haul. I've never had such tag sale success in my life. I think I bought every single piece of Limoges I could find, and I'm really glad that I did, and some pieces I haven't seen before. So this is a fantastic haul, and I'm really excited to have it. So I thought I would show you how I'm using some of my new finds in my house. There were a lot of things that are just perfect in certain spaces that I could already pinpoint in advance. So I'm going to show you some of the stuff that I'm keeping and how I'm using it in my house. So check this out. So right now we're standing in the parlor, and you can see I put this really cute little monogrammed cup right on my fireplace mantle with some of my other cranberry pieces. I know that vase is pulling a little pink, but I like it. It was my mother-in-law's. And there's the larger little vase. And you can see some of my Savin rock souvenir ware is all around it. And so it really kind of gives an overall collected look, like I said, except for the pink vase. Now we're headed into my little dressing room off the bedroom, and you can see the lamp. You can see it's just the perfect height, and the size is really good for the space, and I like how it kind of picks up some of the other glassware that's on the tray. This lamp is tucked into a corner as opposed to being in the center of the table, only to give it a little of extra protection from the cats. I see this going into the parlor eventually, but right now the parlor has a lot of stuff in it, and I'm enjoying it in the bedroom for the time being. I don't know if this is gonna stay like this, but just for right now, I put this vintage suitcase on Zach's bureau. Because it's holding a bunch of his vintage Sigma Chi stuff. And there's some of the books. And I think it has kind of a fun look. I don't know that it's going to live there forever, but for right now, I think it's cute. And then I'll reevaluate as I always do. I had planned to put these sweet little prints right up here on the wall of the second floor hallway. But now I'm kind of rethinking it because I think they might look really cute in this bedroom, because check this out. The color is really good in here. And I have these black trays over here. I don't know, I might try that. Let me think about it. Made a little gallery wall in the guest bedroom with the prints that I picked up with the Four Seasons. And I think they look really, really nice. Of course, as usual, there's a glare, but here is spring. We have autumn. We have winter and summer. And I think it looks, oops, I'm trying to back up without not falling over. Yeah, I think it looks really nice. I'm excited to show you our newest acquisition from an estate clean out we're doing right now, and it is this fabulous china cabinet with doors that will keep the cats out while allowing me to still see the china inside it. So this is just a small portion of the Limoges I have. And here it all is. So that is all of the various pieces I've been collecting over the last few months, and I'm not going to keep it all. Some of it will end up for sale, and some of it is already for sale, but a lot of it I will keep, and it's really fun now to be able to see it all in one place every time I go in the dining room, so this makes me happy. So I haven't yet decided what to do with this hand woven piece. I like it so much, and I think the colors are beautiful in the hallway. It's really not like anything else I have. And I was thinking, this is hard to do with one hand, but I was thinking if I could find a way to put it on the wall, it looks really nice next to this artwork, and it would really give me a close-up of all of the beautiful handwork. Again, I'm sorry I can't show this to you better, but you see the colors? They're really good, and these faces are so expressive. So I would be hanging it like somewhere up here. I'm not sure how to best do that. I don't know if any of you have any ideas, or let me try to put this down on the banister, or if you even have any suggestions for how I might do it, or if you think that I shouldn't do it. I don't know. I mean, I think I could get a little bit of money for it, but it's just so unique. Oh, now I've got Iris interested in it, which is never a good thing. No, no, no. I don't know. What do you think? Do I keep it? Do I hang it on the wall? I really sort of love it, but I would love to know your comments. And now I'm going to distract my cat so she doesn't eat the rug. Okay, as you can see, Eric just put screws into the wall so we could hold this little wall shelf up. We're in the attic, which is not a beautiful room. This is where I do all of my eBaying, so it gets quite intense up here. But I thought this would be a nice space to put a few things that I have no home for that I would love to see every day. and then I can enjoy them while I am doing all my eBaying, displaying and photographing and all of the things. So I think this will be a nice little pop of color in a sometimes kind of dreary blah space. So I put a few things in these little shelves. I have a lot of royal family commemorative souvenirs, and my biggest collection is in the library, but I have some of these more modern pieces that I think are really fun. And so now I have a little place to stash them. Let me show you my favorite of the group. If I can zoom in, it's going to be hard because it's so small. But this was the, oh no, here we go. This was the year of 3 kings. It's actually a thimble, and it's a really neat piece. I'm going to see if I can get any closer. Well, I couldn't really get a proper close-up of the thimble. It was just too small. So here is a commemorative cup of the year of 3 kings. So that was in 1936, and it was an unusual year because there were 3 different kings on the throne of England at that time. So the first was George V, and he died of natural causes. Edward VII then took the throne, and he's famous, of course, for the Edward and Wallis Simpson abdication, leaving George VI on the throne, and that was Queen Elizabeth's father. So the year of 3 kings, I would love to get a commemorative cup of that at some point. I should really look for that. I love my thimble, but a cup would be easier to see. And I'm thinking I should also get some kind of a coronation cup for King Charles becoming king, because that would be a nice addition to my collection as well. So I'll have to keep my eyes out for that. I don't think that would be too hard to find at all. I've been playing around with my shelves because you know how I love to play around with things at my house. And I decided to put some other kinds of little teacups in here for right now, just so that it has a more complete look. And I'm really happy to see all of these fun things. So, bit of a random look happening here, but it is the attic. And if you can't be random in your attic, where can you be random? It's a question for the ages. Oh, I forgot to tell you, while I was at the sale, actually right after I finished the sale, I was sitting in my car. I was drinking some coffee, warming up a little because it was raining and really cold. And it occurred to me, I should let my friend Laura know about this tag sale. I've gone thrifting with Laura twice, and I've made some videos with Laura. She's also a viewer of this channel, and I thought, Laura needs to know about this tag sale right away. So I texted her, and she went to the tag sale, and she had a ball, and she ended up buying some really cool things. And with her permission, I'm gonna share those with you. So here's what Laura picked up at the sale. So she got this really great sort of mirror tray that she has on her daughter's dresser. And I think this is a great piece. I looked at this. Actually, everything she bought, I looked at and considered, except for the artwork, which I did not see. But anyway, she picked up this pretty little mirror tray. Then she got this fantastic barometer. I think this is a really nice one, and it's the kind of piece that will look beautiful anywhere you put it. And then she found these wonderful brass candlesticks with the hurricane shades. Oh my gosh. These are so much nicer in real life than any photograph can capture. And I thought about these very seriously, and then I remembered Iris the Destructor and thought, let's not tempt her. Here is a wonderful piece of artwork. Again, these are such classic pieces that will look beautiful anywhere. I did not see this when I was looking at the artwork, but as I've said before, there was so much to see, it was easy to miss things. And then here's another really beautiful art piece that she found. Laura has a great eye. She misses nothing. And then last but not least, of course, she bought this fabulous toll tray. And Laura and I share a love for toll trays. Actually, I think a lot of viewers do, because I get a lot of comments about toll trays. So it's nice to have that in common. And someday I'll have to pull out my whole collection so I can show you, because it's fun to enjoy these kinds of things with people who also enjoy them. So as you can see, it was a fun and successful tag sailing day. I had a wonderful time. I enjoyed every minute of it. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please hit like and subscribe if you haven't already. And I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye for now.